The morning had started like any other in the Miller household. The sun streamed through the blinds, spilling golden light across the kitchen floor, and the smell of freshly brewed coffee filled the air. Emily Miller, a 22-year-old college senior, had just returned home for a short break. After weeks of late-night study sessions and final projects, all she wanted was to enjoy the comfort of home. Her parents were at work, and the house was unusually quiet. The only other person around was her younger brother, Daniel, a high school senior who was already busy preparing for graduation. Emily had always been the responsible one in the family. As the older sibling, she was used to setting examples, cleaning up after herself, offering advice when Daniel got into trouble, and trying to act like a second parent when their mom and dad weren't around. Daniel, on the other hand, had a more carefree spirit. He was popular at school, into basketball, and often the life of the party. Even though they had different personalities, they shared a close bond built on years of late-night talks, shared secrets, and mutual respect. That morning, Emily decided to take a shower to wash away the stress of the semester. She carried her towel into the bathroom, humming a tune as she turned on the water. Steam quickly filled the room, and for a moment, it felt like a retreat, a little escape from everything weighing on her mind. She thought about her future, the uncertainty of graduating, and the bittersweet feeling of leaving behind the safety of home. Meanwhile, Daniel had been running around the house searching for his missing basketball jersey. He had a big game later in the evening, and he wanted everything to be perfect. He knocked on Emily's bedroom door, but there was no response. He pushed it open, thinking she might have borrowed the laundry basket or moved something by accident. When he didn't find the jersey there, he continued searching. Then, remembering that sometimes clean clothes ended up in the bathroom after laundry day, he went straight for the bathroom door. What Daniel didn't realize was that Emily was still in the shower. The door creaked open, and in that instant, everything shifted. Emily let out a startled scream, and Daniel froze, wide-eyed, realizing his mistake. He immediately shut the door and backed away, his face turning red with embarrassment. "Daniel, what on earth are you doing?" Emily's voice echoed through the bathroom. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were in there," he stammered from the hallway, his words tumbling over each other. Emily wrapped herself quickly in a towel and opened the door just enough to glare at him. "You can't just barge into the bathroom without knocking. What if Mom or Dad were in here?" Daniel looked down, shame written across his face. "I swear I wasn't trying to do anything wrong. I thought my jersey might be in the laundry basket. I wasn't thinking." The air between them was heavy, filled with awkwardness and discomfort. For a moment, Emily considered storming off and locking her door for the rest of the day. But then she saw how genuinely embarrassed Daniel was. His shoulders slumped, his eyes avoided hers, and it was clear he regretted what had happened. Still, the incident sparked something deeper. Emily realized this wasn't just about a careless mistake, it was about respect, communication, and boundaries. She sighed, tightening her towel around herself. "Daniel, you have to learn to respect people's privacy," she said more softly. "This isn't just about me being mad at you. It's about growing up. You're almost an adult now, and there are things you need to think about. Knocking on doors, giving people space, it matters." Daniel finally looked up at her, his voice quieter. "You're right. I wasn't thinking. I just panicked about my game, and I acted without considering you. I'm really sorry, Em." What happened next was unexpected. Instead of letting the moment divide them, it opened up a conversation that changed the way they saw each other. Later that day, after Emily cooled down and Daniel had left for practice, she thought about their relationship. She realized how fast things were changing. Soon, she would graduate and move away, and Daniel would be heading to college himself. The careless mistake in the morning made her reflect on how little time they had left together as siblings under the same roof. That evening, when Daniel came back from his game, Emily was waiting for him in the living room. The smell of popcorn filled the space, and a movie was queued up on the television. She looked at him and smiled. "Want to watch something with me?" she asked. Daniel hesitated at first, still feeling guilty about earlier, but when he saw the warmth in her eyes, he nodded. "Yeah, I'd like that." As the movie played, Emily leaned back against the couch and glanced at her brother. You know, we fight sometimes and you drive me crazy, but you're growing up, Daniel. That's scary for me. I feel like I've been so busy with my own life that I forget you're not the little kid running around the yard anymore. Daniel looked down at the popcorn bowl, then back at her. And I forget that you're not just my bossy sister. You're actually kind of wise. Even if I don't always admit it. They both laughed, the tension from the morning slowly melting away. Over the next few weeks, the siblings found themselves spending more time together. They talked about their futures, Emily's fears about graduating, Daniel's dreams of playing basketball in college. They supported each other in ways they hadn't before, and their bond grew stronger. That single awkward moment in the bathroom had forced them to confront something bigger, the importance of respecting each other, appreciating the time they had left together, and learning how to communicate honestly. By the time Emily's graduation day arrived, Daniel was there in the front row, cheering the loudest. Later, when he had his own graduation, Emily was the one holding a handmade sign, tears in her eyes. The bathroom incident became a family story they laughed about years later, not because it was funny at the time, but because it marked a turning point in their relationship. What could have been just an embarrassing mistake turned into a lesson about boundaries, forgiveness, and love. And in the end, it was proof that sometimes the most unexpected moments are the ones that change everything.